Lasky, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And also, welcome to another episode of the Not-so-Casual UFC show. The show where I break down UFC fight cards with a slightly more casual point of view, but not too casual, because unlike real casuals, I can handle a wrestling match. This is episode 5, and in this episode we're covering a huge fight card happening this week in Madison Square Garden, New York City, UFC 281, Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. And legitimately, this is a great card to talk about. We got 2 title fights, 2 top lightweight contenders going at it, and a lot more interesting matchups to talk about. Also, if you like UFC, comedic sports content, etc., I highly suggest you click the like and subscribe button below. I make these types of videos often now. But without further ado, let's break down some fights.
See these dogs in your front yard? Just know upstairs I'm going hard. Bing bong.
Alright, so let's start our fight breakdowns on Ottoman Azaitar versus Matt Frevola. Want to start on this because Ottoman here is undefeated. I've seen Matt Frevola fight before. He is very talented. It's certainly Ottoman's most difficult task ahead. I'd say for this one, Ottoman will still stay undefeated, Keep it simple by decision. Is Petrosky from Ultimate Fighter? Is he from... I'm not sure. Let's see, yeah, because that name looks familiar. I don't have much commentary for this one. I think I've heard of Petrosky's name before, so I'll just say he gets the knockout. Alright, now this fight I'm excited for. I don't know who Aaron Blanchfield is, but of course, Meatball Molly. Electric knockouts this year so far at the past 2 UFC Londons against Carolina, Hannah Goldie. I'm not entirely sure why she is the underdog. I guess, yeah, because of her record. I'm trying to see, not many names I'm familiar with, but I gotta pick Meatball Molly, man. She's got those knockouts. I'm a fan of hers. So let's say, yeah, she got the round 3 knockout. She got the round 1 knockout. Let's switch it up, round 2 knockout. So I'm so crazy. All right, next up, Dominic Reyes and Ryan Spann. This is a little bit surprising that this is a prelim fight. These are, I believe they're both top 10 in light heavyweight rankings in UFC. Dominic Reyes, he is on a 3 fight losing streak from John Jones, Blachowicz, and Prochaska. But those are some all very, very tough fights for Reyes. Just seeing these 3 L's all in a row might look bad for him, but really I believe Reyes is probably much better than Ryan Spann. Yeah, it seems he's lost to as good of talent as Reyes, so I believe Reyes will get the win here. I'll say I'll win by decision. This is an interesting lightweight matchup. Renato Moicano versus Brad Riddell. Moicano, I remember seeing him fight in, what was it? Yeah, I believe like Fight Island back when there was COVID. He's a very talented fighter. I'm shocked that this guy was like used to make 145 pounds in the featherweight. He's for a lightweight, he's super skinny. So I don't know how he made that cut, but however, he is very talented. I might just have to go Brad Riddell. I mean, his name is Brad. You know, I do think I gotta support my Brads here. But like I remember watching his last 2 fights, like those were tough. Rafael Fiziev is really good, and Jalen Turner is 6'3", so he is a very good fighter. I think this is gonna be a good comeback fight for him. Get that win column up. I do think he'll win by decision though. So this is the first fight of the main card, the pay-per-view card. Dan Hooker versus Claudio Puelles. Anyways, I don't know, it's tough to not pick Dan Hooker here. Like I'm not familiar with Claudio at all. It seems okay, yeah, so he is on a good win streak. Guida, that name, Jordan. Okay, yeah, it's seeing all these wins is tempting. I do think I gotta go Dan Hooker, man. He needs a win. It's been a while. It was a year ago. I mean, it was tough against Makhachev. It was tough against Arnold Allen at 145. Losing to Poirier, losing to Chandler. I do think I gotta go Dan Hooker here. I don't know if he gets a finish. So I think to play it safe, I'll just pick Hooker. I'll pick him by decision. Next up is former UFC lightweight champion, I believe, Frankie Edgar versus Chris Gutierrez. This is a bantamweight fight. What's interesting, I guess, the only thing interesting about this fight really is that I believe this is Frankie Edgar's last MMA fight. He's retiring after this. I believe he's from New York, so yeah, fighting out in New Jersey. So he wanted his last fight to be at Madison Square Garden. But yeah, he lost badly to Sandhagen, that flying knee. Lost badly to Chito Vera from that front kick. I just don't know if Gutierrez has that similar power that Sandhagen and Chito have. My gut feeling is telling me to pick Edgar here. I mean, if in his last MMA fight he gets just obliterated knockout again, third fight in a row, I mean, dude, I don't know how you can live with yourself for that. Oh my goodness. No, it's his final fight. He's got that motor in him to get them. It's final fight in front of my fans. It's probably wrong, but anyways, I'll pick Frankie Edgar by decision.
So those were all relatively quick breakdowns, but let's take a deeper dive into certainly the biggest non-title fight on this card, Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler.
I mean, when this fight got announced, almost every UFC fan was excited to see this. This is almost like a guarantee that this will be fight of the night. I mean, both of these guys are so tough. They both have knockout power in their punches and their kicks. I would say I'm a slightly bigger fan of Chandler than Poirier. While I do think it does make more sense that Dustin should win here, he has been in the UFC longer. He's faced such great competition, a little bit more than Michael Chandler has. Yeah, while I should probably pick Dustin here, I think I gotta pick some favorites here. I am a bigger fan of Chandler here. I think I'm a bigger fan of Chandler because I literally like his stuff he posts on social media. I really like his workout videos. I mean, that front kick to Tony Ferguson, if you haven't seen that, look it up. It was so nasty. He's a great talker on the mic. He's very entertaining. So I say he'll win by decision. I mean, I doubt either of these dudes will get knocked out. So either way, I feel like it's going to be a decision. But I like Chandler more, so I'll pick Chandler by decision.
Let's talk about the first title fight of the evening, the UFC Strawweight Championship, Carla Esparza versus Zhang Weili. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. If anyone who is seeing this video has also watched Esparza's last fight, I just hope that for you're finding this video more engaging than Namajunas Esparza 2.
So it's tough to describe how Esparza will do in this fight, considering we saw very little of her skill set in that last fight. I mean, that fight was the lowest amount of strikes in UFC title fight history. Not much happened, and really, neither Rose or Carla won that snooze fest. Now, onto Weili. She is one of the best 115-pounders to step into the cage. She's a great striker, great wrestler, and she's heading into this fight as a favorite because we've seen her win against big competition. So ultimately, I don't think Esparza's wrestling-heavy game plan that she typically has with her fights will work against Weili. Therefore, I'll pick her to win. I'll say she'll win by knockout in the second round.
All right, we are at the main event, a highly anticipated matchup between the number 2 pound for pound middleweight champion of the world, Israel Adesanya, versus former kickboxing world champion and insanely badass looking mother Alex Pereira. Funny enough, I just realized my Green Day poster, Madison Square Garden, New York City. Huh. Anyways.
So stylistically, this seems to be the most difficult MMA matchup for either one of these guys. For those who don't know, these two have fought before in kickboxing where Pereira actually knocked Adesanya out. Fast forward some years, Izzy gets in the UFC, works his way up, becomes champion of the world, somehow gets worse at trash talk.
But like I said at the press conference, next time I put you on skates, you're gonna get frozen like Elsa. I'll leave it at that.
Next thing you know, Pereira trains for MMA, knocks out number 4 contender Sean Strickland, and here he is fighting him for the middleweight belt. Now, onto their styles. Their strengths and weaknesses are virtually the same, as well as their height and reach, which are crazy for their division. So, who will win this fight? Adesanya has the MMA championship experience, but we know Pereira has that power to knock out someone as tough as Izzy. You can even see here from the Tapology community, it's probably going to end either Adesanya decision or by Pereira KO. That's not to say Izzy can't knock him out. He certainly could. We just haven't seen that from him in his past fights.
Now, before I make my prediction, I do want to clarify something. This is episode 5 of the Not-so-Caasual UFC show, but I am now currently 0 for 4 in main event predictions for these videos. So, if you're a betting man or a woman, I think maybe you just take the opposite of what I say here to the sportsbook. I don't know. Maybe the curse changes, maybe not.
Anyways, this is a difficult choice. Because it is difficult, I think I might have to take some personal bias into this. I've been a fan of Adesanya since I started watching UFC back in the COVID days. He's cool, he's likable. His nickname is based off Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's pretty dope. So, yeah, I think I gotta go with my guy, Israel Adesanya, and I'll say I'll win by decision.
Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. My videos are only going to get better from here. There's more comedy soon, more sports soon, and at least one more UFC video before the year ends. That's all the updates. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.